You haven't used that in forever. How was that? You know what we need to do in honor of our 5th anniversary? We need to have an offshoot podcast. You know, like, Angry Marks has like 20 different podcasts. What if we had like the Stubby Variety Hour one? Stubby Variety Hour? What else could we have? Maybe Cooking with the Midnight Rose? That would be good. Should just have a story hour with Sir Alec. Oh, God, that would be heartwarming. The Alternative Lifestyle with Gay Popeye. And Peter Gazer. There you go. Let's do it. We could also spend an entire hour podcast just doing this. Artie's trip to the grocery. If it wasn't for me, this show would just be filled with bad decisions and bad segments. What if we brought back Fantasy Booking Island? Oh, why would you have to? Anybody want to hear it? Anybody want that as a spin-off show? Why don't we just bring back all the segments you introduced personally to the show? We could have Fantasy Booking Island. We could have This Week on WWE 24/7. We could have a weekly co-host contest. What I'd really like to do is take this show get rid of that explicit rating. What do you think? You think we can do that? That's what separates us from the rest of the podcast, I think. I think what separates us from the rest of the podcast is Artie's trip to the grocery. Wanted to talk about this. I was down in my the area I grew up in, Cincinnati. And I was so happy because I was at a United Dairy Farmers, and they had there, and I don't know, do you have Barq's? Do you have Barq's root beer in Kansas? Wait a minute. What? I love how anytime I start talking about something, I can never finish. Barq's Red Cream Soda. Oh. Now, does it taste like root beer, or does it taste like cream? Cream. I have a question. Get on top. Just cream. I hate to say this, because this is why the show takes forever to do. I want you to listen real close. Just quiet. Just be real quiet for a minute. Do you hear that? Do you hear it? That's the 12 listeners becoming about 6 listeners. It's 6 of them just left. Because you won't shut up. Could you just shut up for a minute? All I wanted to talk about was how I enjoyed Barq's Red Cream Soda. I finally found it, so I got to bring it home, and you put you make a float. A red cream soda, if you do that, that's called a pink pig, and it's quite delicious. You've never had a cream soda float? Dude, I don't like cream soda. I don't like the way it tastes. It almost makes me mad. I had a real quick trip I want to talk about. I went to see Lady Gaga in concert. Oh, really? And how was that? Sounds delightful. It was great. Love that woman. We should go together sometime. Molly Holly's back in the news. The former WCW and WWE wrestler announced her engagement to Gino Bensfoof of White Bear, Minnesota. Light Bear, Minnesota? White Bear. Oh. You'll like this, and this may give you hope. She announced her engagement to this gentleman, who she met while drug counseling. She fell for him, but had to hold back, because she wanted to keep her job. She's gonna like it. She might not. She's never done it.
You don't know. Right? Do you really know?
No, I don't.
No, you don't, because she's never done it.
But she is aggressively horny, which is
right.
why she married him so quick.
One of our other favorite wrestling females is also back in the news. Shelly Martinez. Big nipple vampire Shelly Martinez back in the news. That needs to be a show. Get this? She wants to be on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, well. Maybe we're going to be saved by the bell here. WrestleCrap Radio.
A $25 gift. I've been there.
Well, fellers, a mic check here. And
haven't you been shanked by an ice pick yet?
I am still in the big house. I didn't know if you guys been able to generate some sales of that Mike Chick T-shirt. My daughter, apparently she's a whiz kid, and she figured out how to print shirts, and I was hoping perhaps that would a lot of sales of that would make my bail money. Has that happened yet?
I don't know, but maybe if your daughter is such a whiz kid. I'm not going to go there. Not going to make a golden showers joke this week, Mike.
I have a question. And it's a very simple question. How many phone calls do you get, and why do you always call it? Aren't the number of phone calls limited in prison? How? I don't understand how or why you would be calling us. Well, RJ, it is very hard to get...
It's very hard. Are we talking about when you got raped last night?
I guess you... I didn't want to mention that, but I have had to do some things in here I'm not real proud of to get more phone time. More than we needed to know.
That's not appropriate.
More than we needed to know.
Well, he blew our PG rating right out of the water, deal.
So, as the movie come out yet, and am I gonna get any royalties from that? Maybe that would help me to get out of prison. The movie, remember? I was there and filmed that movie, and I didn't.
It was a celebrity roast, you idiot.
Has that hit theaters yet? Didn't know if perhaps it had.
I'm surprised you even want it to be shown, considering what I did to you.
Was not one of my happier moments. I will say that. Mike, I have a question again. You supposedly worked all these radio markets and impregnated a lot of women in them, I guess. How do you have no money? How do you have no savings in order to pay for your own bail, and you're always calling us to bail you out? Doesn't your daughter have any money? Why are you calling us? Well, RJ, I was I don't like to toot my own horn or anything, but I do know a lot about fiscal responsibility and finances, and reminds me of the time. Ever tell you fellers about the time did a call-in show in the New Haven market?
Oh,
worked there for WDOL. Called it $1.99. a financial advice show there, and people could call in, and I'd give them words of wisdom on how to handle their money. Work there.
Kind of like JBL, right?
I'm not familiar with him. Did he work the New Haven market as well?
No, but he's got something in common with you. A lot of tying people up and the boys up in the shower.
Yeah, they're at $1.99 FM. I worked there with a girl. Oh boy, let me tell you. Her name was a girl I worked there. Her name was Becky Bounce. Let me tell you, Brad, she sure did bounce. That's what I'm going to say.
What, she like to jump on trampolines, or?
She may have jumped on old Mike Chick's trampoline once or twice, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the show we worked there, of course, people could call in. I'd give them financial advice. It was called Bounce Check Money Matters. Sadly, that show did not last. I'm not quite sure why.
I'm not sure why this segment is lasting. Can somebody cut off your phone?
Well, speaking of which, Brad, I hate to do this, guys, but some of the guys here are looking for some payment, so to speak, for giving me their time on the phone.
You whore.
In fact, they've given me a nickname here. Yeah, they sure have. They call me the Telephone Man here in the Slammer. Can we do something else? Can we get to TNA news or something? Is C.S. Irwin around?
Actually, believe it or not, he was supposed to be arriving because I knew that we were going to have to get to some wrestling at some point, but hopefully he'll show up here pretty soon. Oh, imagine that deal. There he is. Hello.
C.S. Irwin, I've never been happier than right now to hear you.
I heard some ramblings about a death, perhaps.
A death? Well, the only thing that I am aware of is I know Dixie Carter the other day on her Twitter. She tweeted that Hulk Hogan wasn't dead.
So you're telling me that Hulk Hogan is not dead?
That's correct. He is not dead.
So Dixie twittered that Hulk Hogan is alive.
Yes, he's alive.
I knew he wasn't sick. So yes, big news this week about Samoa Joe. Apparently he's got suspended. Why was this man suspended?
Apparently he threw a fit backstage about losing a match.
And so in turn, he was suspended by Vince Russo and Dixie Carter. Looks like he won't be whistling Dixie.
Hitting the current news. You know, the TNA, it's too bad that CS did leave. What do you think about the big ECW show coming up in TNA?
Nah. So, Sean went hunting. He should have done that years ago. Could have found his smile.